babysitters.
Exactly.
If he wants socialized health care, all we have to do is look at the other countries. It's a farce in Canada. It's a farce in Britain. Competition is the best way to make people have standards that are reliable. As far as Bush destroying everything, I don't know if the gentleman remembers, but I think it's been since 9/12/01 we have been attacked. And that's one of the main functions of government, is to keep us secure, keep the border safe, and it's not to babysit. But that's the mentality we've got now. We think government's babysit us to be our caretaker, and responsibility and a good work ethic goes out the window. Do you agree?
Well, on 9/11, our government failed us miserably because NORAD stood down, and my views on 9/11 may differ some from yours, but I would be scared for the government to give us a healthcare system. But if we had a competent government that could use our money wisely, something we've never seen in this country, at least not in the last 50 years, it would be possible to do. It's doable, but not with this government we've got now that pays $200 for hammers and goes around the world handing out money by the hatfuls. We've seen a form of government health care, and it's called the veterans hospitals.
Right, but also the thing about the 9/11 deal. Bush was in office for how long? 7 or 8 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Clinton was in office for 8, and it's documented fact that he had opportunities more than once to take Bin Laden out. You see, we're a softer and gentler nation. See, we don't want to call evil what it is, which is what Bin Laden is. And just look at the mentality of the they want to call it Islamofascism, but a lot of those folks in that area are evil when they have an agenda, which is conversion by force. Hasn't changed through all these years, but not every one of them are evil, no. But it is a big crusade going on. I like to call it what it is.
Well, I appreciate you calling. We've got some other phone callers. We're going to try to get everyone on that we can, but we certainly do appreciate you calling today.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, you're on the Real News.
Is that me?
That's you.
Okay. I am the lady who the Democratic politician said was off the wall. I have called 164. And my comment is that the liberals should be congratulated because they have put in a president who, by the way, is half white. He's a man who smokes and has been probably since his little girls were born, breathing secondhand smoke for all their lives. And he admitted to smoking pot and sniffing cocaine. And that is certainly not a role model that we would like to have. Also, the first thing he did was he's going to give taxpayer money to provide abortion in other parts of the world. And he thought that he is for late-term abortion. And I just wonder, what do you think would have happened if this same policy that he agrees with had been available 47 years ago? His mother was in a position of probably being like a single mother because her husband, I think, ditched her. And she dumped him off. She dumped Obama off on, well, actually, his name was Barry then, on her parents, and of course, they're white. So where would he be if, if she had been to the place where many young people are today? If she could have had a late-term abortion, and if they had a doctor who would have done that back in 47 years ago, a doctor with some scissors.
Well, I agree with you. There's a lot of problems with the Obama campaign. He maybe he's not even a legitimate candidate for president. We're getting a little bit of feedback on your phone call. I certainly do appreciate you calling. We're going to try to get as many people on. Is there anything else you'd like to add today?
Well, no, the only thing we can do is, I feel that some of these things that are happening in our country are a judgment for everything that we have done that is against God's principles. And we're told in the Bible to pray for those who are in authority over us. And that's what every Christian needs to do. We need to really pray for our country and all of these leaders that they will do the right thing. And
I agree with you on that. We're going to go to some other phone calls, and I certainly do appreciate you calling today.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Hey, you're on the Real News.
Hey, this is Flint.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all doing good today?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, listen, I've been listening to your phone calls and to the show today, and that first, I would just like to add that I believe that if somebody would dare investigate the 9/11, they would find that all the evidence points to an inside operation, that not just factions of our own government, but of the British and the Israeli government were involved, and also what they even call themselves the parallel government, which we would call the shadow government. I've had somebody look at it who did not believe that it was an inside job, and who had come back to me after looking at it and came to the conclusion that it had to be an inside job just by looking at the evidence. No wreckage at the Pentagon, a 16-foot hole right through the middle of the Pentagon before it collapsed. You know, where's the plane? Just little bits of wreckage. No wreckage up in Pennsylvania, just a big scarred hole with a bunch of trash all over, no metal. Those engines were made of titanium. We could go on. I know time is short. And the lady that was talking about God's judgment, I've been doing a lot of research about the 501c3 church. And I don't know if God's church really needs permission from a government made by man in order to exist, is what you do when you become a 501c3 nonprofit corporation. They put all kinds of, you have to sell your birthright in order to become a 501c3 so-called church. It is an umbrella which is orchestrated by the Illuminati, Freemasonry, the people, all these people that are up in the high levels of government are, and they are controlling the church through the 501c3.
Mr. Flint? Mr. Flint?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I agree with you 100%. We need to go into that when we've got just a little bit more time. We've got 3 minutes, and we're going to try to get one more phone caller on.
Okay. Well, I agree with make the show longer.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Hey, you're on the Real News. We've got about 2 minutes.
Yes, it's Fran.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Fran? It's your Mike.
How you doing?
All right. Hey, listen, I wanted to agree with, call in and agree with, I think it was Dave, on the Ron Paul situation. Ain't it amazing how they dogged him from one side, up one side and down the other? And now they're having him on all the time to ask him what his opinion is of everything.
Yeah, I believe Glenn Beck and a whole host of people's attitude has changed. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I'd also like to agree, too, more time. I believe they could find a spot on the show that comes on after you. Maybe they give you another hour or two.
And I would also like to add that this is all unsolicited. I had nothing to do with